Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm Crystal, the Crystalline Priestess, intuitive evolutionary astrologer and psychic tarot reader, and today we have the daily horoscope for Thursday, the 12th of September 2024. Oh my god. So guys, today actually feels really heavy in the sense that I think that a lot of stuff has gone on in the world over this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think especially Wednesday, this is more so going to be not just like a global sort of horoscope, but just I feel as though today I'm really feeling called, like I need to speak on just the reality of life and the reality of what we're going through at the moment. Because look, we have the moon that has moved off that grand cross with the sun and with Saturn and with Jupiter, but now he's moved into a really, really strong square with good old Neptune, and it's really like today just feels like a day where things feel a bit dark, if I'm quite honest. We have Venus conjunct Lilith today, and like I said, it's in that opposition with Chiron. It's not exact, but it's still an opposition with Chiron. It's not feeling good. We have the sun in a square with Jupiter. We have Mars that is now at least trining with Mercury, sextiling with Mercury, but it's feeling like, if anything, this is a lot of people getting caught up in a lot of issues and a lot of like worldwide things that they don't know anything about, that they don't know enough about. This feels like the cranking of the global hellstorm has increased and is increasing. By Thursday, we felt it increase. By Thursday, it feels like there's sadness in the collective. It feels heavy, and I mean, at the moment, there's sadness every day because of all the craziness that's going on in different parts of the world. But I think, seeing as I'm a Western person speaking to a mostly generally Western audience, the Western world has really been able to sort of stick our heads in the sand for a long time when it comes to the reality of what is going on globally. And it feels as though Thursday is like, you know, I didn't actually watch it the other day, but the other day, Tomorrow When the War Began, the movie was on, and I haven't watched that since I was a teenager, but it's given me the energy of like, that movie just makes me think like it's a movie that's, if you haven't seen it, it's a movie that's based in Australia, and it's pretty much like, I think it's a group of teenagers where I think that the way it's set is that it might be like Asia or China or something that invades Australia, and what that would like look like, and basically like war coming and what that would look like and all that sort of stuff. I haven't read the book, and I don't remember the movie very much at all because it was such like a long time that I watched it, but just I saw it on the other day, and so it's coming to my mind in the sense that the Western world has not believed that this could affect us, and it feels as though we got Pluto back here now at 29 degrees of Capricorn. When the moon is squaring with Neptune, it's going to be in a semi-sextile with Capricorn, with Pluto and Capricorn, which I don't like. It doesn't feel good. It feels like there is just more chaos in the collective than we've ever seen. And it feels like we're really needing to use our discernment as much as possible. And with the sun squaring Jupiter, this is really, really strong. This is a week of, look, we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. This is the week of having to be so tuned in to your own voice, of reason, to your own spirit, to your own soul, because what we're seeing collectively, what we're seeing outside and externally in the world is calamity. It's crazy, it's chaos. You know, with the moon in Sag squaring Neptune in Pisces, people's beliefs are off the wazoo. People's beliefs are insane at the moment. You know, I feel like with the Libra Lilith South Node connection, I feel as though, and Mars is starting to square these nodes now, I'm feeling like this is a day where it's like, we might see horrible protest stuff happen. We might see protesters do some really insane things. We might see some really violent shit. Like, it's feeling just really, really rough. And I hate to even deliver a horoscope that feels this like sort of negative and collective, because I like to sort of talk about our daily lives and us more so than what's going on in the collective. But we can't ignore what's going on in the collective because it physically does actually affect us. And so I feel as though with the sun's like moving into this square with Jupiter. There's a big ego burst that we're seeing come onto the scene. So we have the Knight of Pentacles coming out with the Chariot, which I like because it actually feels as though this is encouraging us today that there's a lot that's going to be coming in emotionally. There is a lot with the Chariot being out here. There's a big decision, a big shift, a big movement forward that's coming in on Thursday, but it needs to be moving slowly. It needs to be moving grounded. It needs to be moving with plan. That's what this Virgo energy is, you know, the square to Uranus. I mean, not Uranus, the square to Jupiter is really about, you know, making these genuine steps forward that are sought out, that they're planned, they're thought of, they're thought out, they're, you know, there's something that is actually taking the time to be planned and processed rather than just something that's happening on a whim. The Chariot is, obviously it's, you know, it's a chariot. It's about going really hard and really fast and trying to win at something. But with the Knight of Pentacles being there, it's about doing that slowly. You know, it's about patience as you feel this, you know, it's feeling like feel this rage, feel this hurt, feel this anger, feel this pain, feel these feelings and use them as fuel. Use them to slowly start building you up in a direction of true service and in a way that feels like it's truly going to be healthy and healing for the world. We have the Star in the bottom of the deck in reverse, and we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse as well. So it just doesn't feel like Thursday is a day where we're feeling that hopeful. It feels like a day where we're seeing where, you know, even though there's a lot of people out here in the world trying to make change and trying to do things, there are massive energies at work. You know, Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck. There are massive energies that are at work at the moment that are literally trying to create chaos and that are trying to create disharmony and all these things. And so we're really having to be discerning about what harmony feels and looks like in our own lives today. It's about really, you know, not expecting, you know, the government to save you, not expecting any knight in shining armor to come save you. I feel as though Thursday is a day where we're seeing that we've been being lied to by the media, by the government, by the people in power, all these things for a damn long time. And maybe a lot of us aren't even going to be seeing it. Maybe it's going to be really difficult on Thursday because it's like we're not actually seeing people telling the truth. We're still seeing this complete shit show, this delusional AI generated craziness that is not even real. And you know, even in Australia, we've been having some crazy protests going on with the Sun opposing Saturn. And the thing with me is that we don't know what we're doing. You know, I love people. I love youth. I love everything. And you know, I'm only 29, so I'm still in my 20s. I am not yet reached the 30 mark. I'm halfway there. 6 more months until I'm 30. So, you know, I'm still in my 20s, and I'm looking at some of the people that are in their early 20s now, these people, these younger generations, and I'm getting really worried because I'm seeing where they are coming up in a time where, you know, all young people are righteous, you know, Sagittarian energy. All young people are self-righteous and they're excited and they want to move. And the young people have Pluto in Sag and they have Pluto in Cap. Pluto Sag, Pluto Cap. I worry for these generations because they are leading this delusion, biggest out of everyone. And so if you're in that age group, I'm not even saying this to be a dick. I'm saying this because I've been your age and I have dove headfirst into the delusions of my time and realized 10 years later that I was completely wrong. And so please be discerning at the moment. Please don't be jumping on things and doing things that you might regret for the rest of your life. Like, this is another week where it's like, don't do things that are stupid. Don't do things that seem like a good idea in the moment, and the reality is they are completely unthought out. They are completely, it's unhinged. This is an unhinged, actually, energy. I think I'm going to use the word unhinged in somewhere in like the thumbnail or whatever, because today feels unbloody hinged. We have Messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. And that's the thing with all this Libra Lilith, Venus, South Node, Libra, everyone wants harmony, everyone wants balance. That's not what we're experiencing. The collective, the astrology is not set up for that. Right now, we are dealing with the shadow. We are dealing with the darkness of humanity, the war consciousness. You know, what is North Node Aries but war? You know, so this Mars it's only getting closer and closer to his square with the nodes, and he's moving unbelievably slow. Unbelievably slow. He's going to move so slow through this Mars in Cancer, and then he's going to reach Leo, and then he's going to retrograde back into Cancer where he hates it the most. So we're dealing with violence, and we're dealing with emotional violence. We're dealing with people who are making decisions emotionally, and those decisions could have repercussions that affect them for the next 18 years, you know, for the next, however long you think, however bad it is that you do. It feels as though this is us needing to see that there is a better way, and that way doesn't involve us making hasty, spontaneous decisions or having spontaneous reactions about things we don't quite understand. The next card is I Remember, Soul Plan and the Fated Life versus the Destiny Life. Which, you know, looking at this card, to be honest, I'm like, what do you even mean? The Fated Life versus the Destiny Life? They're both the same thing. In my opinion, the Fated Life is the Destiny Life, because I don't feel as though you can get away from fate and destiny, because it all feels completely like it's the same thing in my astrological opinion. It feels as though, like, you know, this is about needing to remember that we had a mission, that we had an idea of a destined thing that we wanted to do, and something that we wanted to set out and to become. And maybe that is bringing harmony, maybe that is to be a light worker, you know, in these times, and these are the times to be the light worker in. But it's about, you know, I just heard, Jenny, don't be hasty, don't be treat me like a baby. You know, we need to be treating people, I suppose, you know, treating them as adults, treating them as people who can deal with their own shit. Why do we need to be the ones that comes in and save the day just because you're aware of things, you know? And this is such a thing, and people hate this argument because they're like, yeah, well, we should care about everything and blah blah blah. The reality is, the humanity has never been set up to have so much information. You know, we've got all this mutable energy that's in square. We've got the sun in a square with Jupiter. We've never been set up to have this much information all coming at us at once. What do you expect? Like, people are, like, we don't know how to handle that level of awareness about what's going on globally. It's never been possible before. The last time Neptune was in Pisces, the last time Pluto was in Capricorn, they had no ability to get this level of information out to the masses and to see what we are seeing. So this is a crazy time to exist. This is insane. Really insane. If you actually sit back and think about this is insane that we are watching so much happen on such a global scale. So have compassion with yourself in knowing that this is crazy, and that you don't actually have to be the savior for every single cause that you are, you know, what's the word, like, touched by. You know, I just finished watching the Paralympics. Like, that was great. I'm touched by it all. It was amazing. But am I going to go and become some Paralympian, like, ambassador and someone that's like, yeah, for the Paralympics? Like, no. I can appreciate what it is, but not think that, oh, that's my calling because I'm interested in it. You can be interested in things and not have to give your whole life to it, you know? And I feel like this is Thursday's a day. We've got to be careful to not get lost down a rabbit hole of I'm going to give myself in complete servitude to this cause, you know? And this cause is a red herring. This cause is something that we don't even fully understand. So we have the divine child coming out. It says, innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. The shadow attribute is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. And that's very much Moon Square Neptune. You know, Neptune is a beautiful energy, but it's also dark, and it's also horrible, and it's also effed up. I've been speaking a lot about the dark sides of Neptune lately, because Neptune is where we have our closest sort of situations when it comes to mental health and suicide and things like that. That is Neptune to me, because Neptune is the delusion, it's the fog, it's the fucking it's being completely lost and feeling like you're drowning in an ocean, a deep, dark, black ocean. And I say that because I've had Neptune on my Sun, on my Saturn, and I've had Pluto on top of my Neptune at the same time that I had that, and I did not want to exist on this earth at all. And I've spoken to that a lot of times because Neptune on your personal shit is so tough. So when we collectively have the moon squaring with Neptune, we're dealing with some really, really hard energies, you know, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So this is meaning to be really careful about the people that you're letting in your life. Do not let negative shit, do not let negative people convince you to do stupid things. You know, it's really important at the moment with South Node, Lilith, Venus, Libra, all of that energy, and with the Mars beginning to square that part in our charts now, we're really needing to be discerning about who are our people? Who are we spending our time with? Are we doing things that really, like I keep saying, are we doing things that aren't actually going to benefit us in the long term? Are these things that are going to have us regretting it in 10 years time, you know? I regret the stupid fucking decisions that I made when I was in my early 20s and I decided that I was just going to completely spiritually bypass absolutely every trauma that I'd ever had in my life and decide that I was just a complete and utter manifester. You know, like, it's just really needing to be, aware as possible, and to, you know, that's the thing too with delusion though, you don't know that you're being delusional when you're in it. So it's one thing to say be discerning, but it's another thing to be able to actually pull yourself out of a delusional funk. And so my best advice, if that's what you're needing to sort of do because you can feel that you're going down that rabbit hole, the companion card, it's about having conversations and communicating with the people closest to you. And even, you know, this is giving me this energy of like not going to the people who are, you know, saying that this is the way to be. It's going to people who are different from you. It's going to and opening up to different alternatives, to different thoughts, to different things, and to, you know, connecting with the people that have got your back no matter what your thoughts and what your beliefs are. It's not about being a part of a group and a gang sort of thing at the moment. It's about connecting with the people that care for you, you know. It's not because you wear a certain stripe or you have a certain color or, you know, you rock a certain thing or you guys do a certain thing. It's about just loving you for you, and humanity really needs to get back to that, because at this point everyone's looking at each other like, oh, well, you support that, well, I can't fucking fuck with you then, and oh, you support that, well then that means that we must be friends. But the reality is you're actually a douchebag, but you do believe in the same thing I do, so I'm going to give you the thumbs up. You know, it's not about that. It's about us needing to be actually discerning with who feels like a genuine fit for us and who doesn't. So my loves, I'm going to leave this reading there. Another crazy day. This one feels really, really for me. Do let me know in the comments, like I just said, what is going on? How are you feeling? What are these transits bringing up for you in particular? If you would like to book a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, you can do that down below through the link to my link tree, as my website is still currently down. Make sure you check out the channeled song, and I will see you in tomorrow's horoscope. Peace.